Now, the US Army is looking for help to access and respond to foreign social media platforms with a system so sophisticated it can even understand and use slang. RT discovered the ad online. And for more details, let's now cross live to Caleb Morpin. Caleb, you've been across the story. What more do we know about this potential software?
Well, the advertisement is on the website of Government Opportunities, and it's calling for someone to create software on behalf of the U.S. Army Intelligence and Security Command. Now, they're essentially asking for software that would be able to monitor social media, interpret the sentiment within posts, and determine the positive and the negative. And they are targeting specifically Korean, Farsi, and Russian language activity on social media. And they want the software to be able to, monitor posts, interpret their sentiments, and then provide replies in a similar tone. Now, it's quite interesting, especially when you keep in mind that all throughout the media, there have been accusations that Russia has deployed an army of bots or troll farms or something to try and influence the USA through social media. These allegations have surfaced all throughout U.S. media, but it appears that there is an apparent call for software to be created by the U.S. military to do exactly that, targeting specifically social media activity in those three languages. Now, at this point, the questions are being raised about that, and it is interesting. We have reached out to the Pentagon about this and asked for clarification about what this potential software would be used for, what kind of operations it would be included in. And as of yet, we have not gotten a response.
Let's cross away from America now. Caleb Morpin there, bringing us up to date and live to Pierluigi Paganini, who's the Chief Technology Officer at CSE Cybersec. Thanks for joining us. Good to have you on the programme today. A bit of an unusual bit of news, this, isn't it? I mean, why would the US Army need such software for social media?
Well, such kind of software could be used for social media monitoring, first of all, but not only. In this specific case, the project aims to be the machine learning system that is able to identify and influence the sentiment of specific audience. I have no doubt that it is a software that could be used in psychological operations.
And what's the main concerns from such bot machines? I mean, we've heard a lot about, bots, trolls, fake accounts, fake news, all this sort of stuff over the last year or so. Is there any risks here?
The risk is concrete. Such kind of software could be used for both snooping, but also to influence the sentiment on specific topics. This means that this kind of software represents a serious threat for any kind of government.
It's interesting here because the US has accused Russia a lot of using bots and troll factories to influence US elections, US public, opinion, etc., all over the world, not just in the US, in fact. And now they're developing a program which, on the surface of things, bears some similarities, at least, to this. What's your take on that?
Well, first of all, you have to consider that such kind of software is essential for any army, any command that is involved in intelligence operation. For example, such kind of software is very important for SOCMINT activities, so social media intelligence. This means that it could be used also against the terrorism. Of course, in this specific case, we can imagine also that such kind of software could be used for propaganda or to influence the sentiment of other countries. Basically, they can use this software exactly in the same way they say Russians are using it.
And just in terms of, using it against other countries or even organisations, as you say, I mean, is this a step away from battlefield conflict to online to conflict, on the internet, cyber warfare? Is this another stage within cyber warfare?
Yeah, you are correct. You have to consider that cyberspace is the fifth domain of the warfare. So basically, almost every government is improving its cyber capability. And also social media represents a serious battlefield for modern conflicts.
Right, Pierluigi Paganini, Chief Technology Officer at CSE Cybersec. Thanks for joining us, giving us your take on that story today on RT.